Alright, so I want to keep this video short and sweet. This is going to be my last final vlog for my AWSS 399 Women in Music course. I already tried to film this once. I got called in the middle of it and the footage got deleted. So I am making this last vlog, just talking about my experiences in the class. The official title of the class is called Women in Music and on YouTube. And I was under the impression that the class would be focused on looking at YouTube and music videos made by women on YouTube, which a portion of the class was on those things. But you know, when we first got there first day, I learned that there would actually be a large focus on twerking, and twerking done by young black girls, some who are underage. And right away that made me uncomfortable. The underage factor is what really made me feel uncomfortable. And you know, we would have assignments where we would have to look at videos of young girls twerking, and I was very not okay with the idea of watching those videos on my home computer. It just didn't sit right with me. And I was thinking to myself, you know, how much could we possibly learn about twerking to begin with? It just doesn't seem like that's a topic that has any research or anything at all, content to study, besides watching young girls twerking, which, you know, as the class went on, I learned that, you know, we're the ones doing the research and we're the ones who are figuring out what we can learn from these twerking videos, and, you know, the social implications of it all. So I think that was a really interesting thing to make a whole course centered around. I would have never thought of that. And I didn't know that there would be such a large research component to this class. That being said, I enjoyed learning more about research, because as an English major and a women's studies minor, you know, it's not really doing research, it's more doing the readings on research that's already established and analyzing that. And I never thought I would get the chance to do research type work in college, so it's interesting that I ended up taking this class in my last semester of college. And it was always my intention to film this video, point and shoot, and upload right before class, our last class of the semester, because I wanted time to reflect and I wanted time to take in everything and make sure that I hit all the points that I wanted to hit in my final reflection video. So even though this may seem last minute, it was strategic on my end because I wanted to get that full sense of coming full circle with this course, starting with confusion, moving towards understanding and starting to enjoy the aspect of research and the act of doing the research. There was a point where I felt very, I can't really think of the word, I want to say invalidated, but I think the word is more misunderstood, where I made a video and I was criticized for, you know, perpetuating the idea that skinny, white, blonde women are the pinnacle of beauty, and that just goes against everything I stand for, and I don't believe that for a second. I think there's an aspect that should be discussed future in this course, the idea of fangirl culture, and how music affects people in the sense of creating a fan base and the idea of having idols and things like that. I think that when I made the Hollaback video and all those raw, authentic comments came out of my mouth about how I think Gwen Stefani is so beautiful and she's perfect, that came from a place of fangirling, rather than a place of me believing that all women should look like her, and if they don't, then they're not beautiful, or whatever. That is totally not what I meant ever through that. I can understand and appreciate the comments that I did get, you know, criticizing that aspect of it, but I think that going forward with the course, I would recommend spending some time talking about that and how music affects us. And it's like, the idea of having idols and putting celebrities on this really high pedestal that's almost above human, and they're expected to act a certain way and look a certain way, and we just eat that shit up. It definitely came from a place of fangirl culture. It did not come from a place of me believing that all women must look like that or should look like that. But that's why I waited to make this video. I wanted time to reflect on and digest everything that I got. So, this is going to be a pretty boring video. Sorry about that, but I plan to delete this account shortly after I've gotten my final grades back. It's been an interesting experience creating my own YouTube account, getting a significant amount of views on one of my videos and having it copyrighted and taken down. That was a really cool experience. I liked making the videos. I wasn't the best at it, and I didn't put too much effort into figuring out editing and things like that because I knew that I would delete this account after anyways, so I didn't want to put all this work and effort into editing and making it perfect and beautiful and just the best YouTube video out there because I knew that I did not want this account to exist forever. So I will be deleting this account shortly after I get my grades back. But I really did enjoy the experience to learn more about how YouTube works, the implications of what we upload, and the messages, subliminal messages that we send through the things we say in our videos, and our body language, and just things like that. I just think that's super interesting. I love the psychology and sociology of it all. And I wish that I had more time to study these things, so maybe if I end up in grad school again at some point, I will definitely want to take another course where I can look at the social implications of music and YouTube and living in this digital age. There's so much ground to cover and not a lot of time to dive deep into it, but I really enjoyed the experience overall. I would take again. So yeah, those are my final thoughts. Thanks everybody for the support, those who watched. It feels so weird. But yeah, that's it. So thanks.